Have you ever wondered why some seniors thrive while others seem to struggle with the same challenges? Meet Sarah and Robert, both 75, living next door to each other in suburban Boston. Sarah maintains an active, vibrant life despite her walking difficulties, while Robert rarely leaves his house anymore. What's Sarah's secret? She found alternatives when walking became challenging. If you're in your 60s, 70s or beyond, you may have noticed that walking isn't as easy as it used to be. The good news is there are more ways to stay healthy and independent than just walking. In today's video, I'm going to share 8 science-backed alternatives that can help you maintain your strength, energy, and joy, no matter your current abilities. Why should you watch until the end? Because these practical, adaptable strategies can make a huge difference in how you feel, helping you live a more fulfilling and active life, just like Sarah. Whether it's improving your sleep, taking movement breaks, or finding gentle exercises that suit your lifestyle, these tips will empower you to age gracefully and confidently. Before we begin, I'd appreciate it if you could like this video. Your support helps me continue spreading these important lessons. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and don't forget to turn on the bell so you never miss a video. Also, if you like this content, comment 1 below. If not, feel free to comment 0 so I can improve and better serve your needs. Now, let's dive in. Structure 1. Sleep optimization. Sleep is the cornerstone of everything we do, yet as we age, it often becomes one of our most significant challenges. Just ask Margaret Wilson from Arizona, who spent 2 long years tossing and turning through countless sleepless nights. Like many seniors, she often found herself awake at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, puzzled by the distance between her and peaceful sleep. Why had something as natural as sleep become so elusive? The truth is, our sleep patterns naturally change as we get older. Those blissful, uninterrupted 8-hour stretches of deep rest may feel like a distant memory, and that can be disheartening. But here's what most doctors won't tell you. Age alone isn't the primary cause of poor sleep. It's how we respond to the natural changes in our sleep cycle that makes all the difference. Think of sleep like the foundation of a house. If that foundation is unstable, everything else built on it will be shaky. When Margaret first came to me, she was trying to live her daily life on a foundation of poor sleep, which left her feeling drained, frustrated, and overwhelmed. But then, Margaret discovered something truly remarkable: the power of establishing a consistent sleep ritual. It wasn't a quick fix or magic solution, but rather a simple yet powerful approach to realigning her habits with her body's natural rhythms. Margaret started by adjusting her bedroom environment. She set her room temperature to a cool 68 degrees Fahrenheit, proven to be optimal for sleep. She also dimmed the lights an hour before bed to signal to her body that it was time to wind down. But the real game changer came when she created what she now calls her sunset routine. Every evening, Margaret dedicated time to a gentle stretching session, followed by a soothing cup of chamomile tea, while listening to calming jazz music. This ritual helped her unwind from the stresses of the day, signaling to her mind and body that sleep was near. Within weeks, Margaret noticed extraordinary changes. She was falling asleep faster, waking up refreshed, and experiencing less morning stiffness. She felt her energy last throughout the entire day. She shared with me, "It's like I found a piece of my younger self, but with the wisdom to appreciate it more fully." The secret to Margaret's success lay in working with her body's natural rhythms rather than fighting against the inevitable changes that come with age. By adjusting her mindset and adopting new habits, she was able to create a sleep environment that supported her body's needs. For anyone looking to improve their sleep, the key is consistency. Start by setting a regular bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock and can make a significant difference in sleep quality. Create a sleep sanctuary in your bedroom. Remove any electronic devices that emit blue light or disrupt your rest, and fill the room with calming elements like soft lighting and comfortable bedding. Natural sleep aids like magnesium supplements or gentle breathing exercises before bed can also help. However, always consult with your doctor before adding anything new to your routine. On those nights when sleep is particularly elusive, don't lie awake in frustration. Get up, move to another room, and engage in a relaxing activity. Perhaps read a book or practice light stretching. This helps break the anxiety-driven cycle that often happens when we worry about not sleeping. Remember, sleep isn't a luxury. It's an essential part of your body's healing and restoring process. As Margaret's experience shows, when you prioritize sleep and create a routine that works with your natural rhythms, everything else falls into place. Your mind stays sharper, your body feels stronger, and your golden years truly begin to shine. It's never too late to reclaim the gift of restful sleep. Start small, be patient with yourself, and build new habits over time. After all, every great day begins with a good night's rest. They help maintain muscle strength, improve balance, and promote joint flexibility. But the best part? You don't need to go to a gym or spend hours working out to reap these benefits. Everyday activities can easily be turned into opportunities for movement. For instance, while you're on the phone, stand up and pace around your home. When you're watching your favorite TV show, use the commercial breaks as an excuse to stretch or move around. Even simple tasks like watering your plants or organizing a drawer can become chances to move and keep your body engaged. The idea is to make movement part of your daily routine, no matter how small. For those concerned about stability or mobility, chair exercises can be just as beneficial. Try seated leg lifts while sipping your morning coffee, ankle rotations while reading the newspaper, or arm circles while chatting with friends. These are gentle, low-impact exercises that still offer great benefits for your body. The key is consistency, not intensity. What motivates me, says Tom, is knowing that these small movements help me stay independent. I can still play with my grandkids, tend to my garden, and take care of my daily tasks without relying on others. This independence, along with improved strength, balance, and flexibility, has made a significant difference in Tom's quality of life. Remember, movement is like medicine. You don't need to take it all at once. Instead, regular small doses can work wonders for your health and well-being. Start with 1 or 2 movement breaks each day, then gradually increase as you feel more comfortable. Your body will respond with more energy, better balance, and an overall greater sense of vitality. After all, staying active isn't about running marathons or hitting the gym for hours. It's about maintaining the freedom to enjoy life on your terms and in your own time. 3. Smart sun exposure. When Betty Thompson relocated to Seattle after spending over 40 years basking in the sunny warmth of Florida, she noticed a shift in her well-being, beyond just the weather. I felt more fatigued, my joints seemed stiffer, and my mood just wasn't the same, she recalls. What Betty didn't realize at the time was that her body was missing something crucial, its daily dose of sunshine, nature's health elixir. This may sound surprising, but A staggering 80% of seniors are found to be deficient in vitamin D, often referred to as the sunshine vitamin. Many of us have been warned to stay out of the sun to prevent skin damage, yet a balanced, mindful amount of sunlight exposure can work wonders for our health, particularly as we grow older. Sunlight is like free medicine for the body, but like any medication, it's important to get the dosage right. The optimal exposure for the body is between 10 to 15 minutes of morning sunlight, ideally between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. During this period, the sun's rays are less intense, allowing the skin to produce vitamin D while minimizing potential harm from the harsher afternoon rays. For Betty, this meant enjoying her morning coffee on her covered porch, even if the skies were overcast and the sun wasn't visible. But what happens on those rainy Seattle days when the clouds just won't part? Thankfully, there are indoor alternatives to reap the benefits of sunlight, even when the weather doesn't cooperate. One effective solution is positioning your favorite chair near a bright window to get as much natural light as possible. You can also invest in a light therapy lamp, which is especially beneficial during the darker winter months when sunlight is scarce. If sunlight exposure isn't feasible or reliable, taking a U vitamin D supplement after consulting your healthcare provider can also help bridge the gap. Some senior communities have even begun installing dedicated indoor sunrooms, offering residents a safe and controlled space to absorb light and enjoy its benefits year-round. The positive effects of smart sun exposure extend far beyond vitamin D production. For instance, morning sunlight helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which is critical for maintaining a healthy sleep cycle. It also boosts serotonin levels, which can improve mood and reduce feelings of anxiety or depression. Additionally, sunlight plays a significant role in promoting strong, healthy bones by facilitating calcium absorption. For Betty, incorporating a regular morning sun routine had unexpected perks. Not only did she notice improvements in her energy levels, but she also found herself meeting other early rising neighbors, fostering a sense of community. She even began cultivating a small container garden on her porch, which added a sense of purpose and fulfillment to her days. Remember, you don't need to spend hours in the sun to reap its benefits. Even on cloudy or rainy days, natural light can still work its magic and provide the health boost you need. As Betty discovered, sometimes the simplest changes, like stepping outside for just a few minutes each morning, can make a profound difference in how you feel, both physically and mentally. Embracing small adjustments to your routine can lead to significant improvements in overall well-being, all thanks to the healing power of sunlight. If you're still watching and finding these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know you're still with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 4th leg exercises for 68-year-old Frank Miller. Frank Miller, a 68-year-old former postal worker from Ohio, never imagined that something as simple as getting up from his favorite chair would become a daily struggle. "I never thought I'd have to think twice about standing up," Frank reflects. This realization hit him when he found himself struggling with something that had once been effortless. It became clear that his leg strength wasn't what it used to be. Like many seniors, Frank discovered that maintaining leg strength wasn't just essential for mobility, it was crucial for preserving his independence. The good news is, you don't need a gym membership or fancy workout equipment to strengthen your legs. A sturdy chair, like the one Frank had in his living room, can become your most valuable exercise partner. After consulting his doctor, Frank started with 5 simple leg exercises that soon became an integral part of his daily routine. These exercises not only improved his mobility, but also transformed the way he felt in his day-to-day life. Sit-to-stand exercise. Frank began with the sit-to-stand exercise, one of the most basic yet effective movements for strengthening the legs. To do this, simply sit in a sturdy chair and stand up slowly, using your hands for support if needed. Once you've stood up, carefully sit back down. Frank started with just 5 repetitions, but gradually increased to 15. This exercise targets the muscles in your legs and hips, which are crucial for tasks like getting in and out of cars, rising from chairs, and maintaining stability. Seated leg lifts. Next, Frank added seated leg lifts. While sitting in his chair, he would straighten one leg and lift it until it was parallel to the floor, holding it there for a few seconds before lowering it. He would then repeat this with the other leg. This strengthens the quadriceps, the large muscles at the front of the thighs, which play a vital role in balance and activities like climbing stairs. Ankle exercises. To further enhance his leg strength, Frank added ankle exercises to his routine. Seated heel and toe raises helped improve ankle flexibility. To do this, Frank pointed his toes toward the ceiling, then lowered them toward the floor. This small movement strengthened his ankle muscles, preventing trips and falls and improving his balance. Gentle marching in place. As Frank's strength improved, he introduced gentle marching in place while seated. This involved alternating lifting his knees up and down slowly. It worked the hip flexors and strengthened the legs, further supporting his balance and mobility. Seated leg circles. Finally, Frank incorporated seated leg circles. While seated, he would draw small circles with his feet, one at a time. This exercise helped improve circulation, joint mobility, and kept his legs flexible and agile. Safety tips. Frank emphasizes the importance of safety while doing these exercises. He always uses a sturdy chair with no wheels to ensure stability. He also takes his time with each movement, performing it slowly and with control. If he ever feels discomfort or pain, he stops immediately. Frank started with 5 to 10 repetitions for each exercise and gradually increased as his strength grew. The key, Frank insists, is consistency. "I do these exercises while watching the morning news," he shares. "Now I can not only get up easily, but I can also play with my grandkids in the park, something I couldn't do a few months ago." His dedication has paid off, not just in physical strength, but in the overall quality of his life. Frank's story serves as a reminder that every small movement counts. By incorporating leg exercises into your daily routine, you're not only strengthening muscles, but also preserving your independence. Whether it's getting up from your chair, playing with loved ones, or simply feeling more confident, these exercises help improve mobility, flexibility, and overall well-being. 5. Mind-body practices for 73-year-old Linda Chan. For 73-year-old Linda Chan, finding peace and strength didn't come from strenuous workouts or complex fitness routines. Instead, Linda found vitality in gentle movements that allowed her to connect her mind and body in a natural, nurturing way. After arthritis made traditional exercise difficult, Linda felt lost. "Then I discovered modified yoga and Tai Chi. It was like finding a new path to wellness, a way to reclaim my body without overexerting myself." Linda's journey reflects a growing trend among older adults seeking physical and emotional benefits through mindful, low-impact exercises that don't require intense physical exertion. Seated breathing exercises. One of the first things Linda incorporated into her daily routine was simple seated breathing exercises. "I start each morning by placing one hand on my belly and paying attention to how it rises and falls with each breath. she explains. Mindful breathing alone helped lower her blood pressure and calm anxious thoughts. Breathing became an accessible form of meditation that Linda practiced even while watching her morning shows. Commercial breaks turned into moments of calm as she took deep breaths and centered herself. Modified yoga for spine mobility. Modified yoga became another integral part of Linda's routine. She began with a simple seated cat-cow stretch. I sit in my chair, arch my back as I inhale, looking up as though stretching like a cat, and then round my spine as I exhale, looking down like a cow. This small movement may seem modest, but it plays a crucial role in maintaining spine flexibility and easing back tension. Linda emphasizes that yoga doesn't have to be complicated or intimidating to provide benefits. It's not about touching your toes, it's about feeling more connected to your body and honoring it where it's at. Tai Chi for balance and meditation. Linda also discovered the principles of Tai Chi, which she adapted for her needs. One of her favorite movements is the pushing clouds movement, where she slowly raises her hands to shoulder height, then gently pushes them outward, as if parting clouds. It's almost like conducting an orchestra, but instead of directing music, I'm conducting my well-being, she says. Tai Chi became an elegant form of moving meditation that not only improved her physical balance, but also nurtured her mental clarity and emotional well-being. Local resources and advice. Many senior centers, libraries, and community organizations offer chair yoga and Tai Chi classes specifically designed for older adults. These classes are often gentle and accessible, ideal for those with limited mobility or those easing into physical activity. Linda suggests checking with local senior centers or libraries for these programs, some of which offer online classes for practicing from home. Medicare Advantage plans may even cover these types of classes, making them more accessible. Linda offers one key piece of advice. Go at your own pace. Never force any position. Always listen to your body. Mild stretching sensations are perfectly fine, but if something feels painful, that's your body's way of telling you to ease off. She also recommends keeping a sturdy chair nearby for support and wearing loose, comfortable clothing that allows for unrestricted movement. While the physical benefits of these practices, such as improved flexibility, balance, and less stiffness, are important, Linda finds the most profound impact is on her emotional well-being. These gentle practices provide her with peace, confidence, and a sense of connection to her body and mind. Linda's emotional well-being transformation. For Linda Chan, the impact of her daily mind-body practices went beyond just physical health. I sleep better, worry less, and feel more in control of my health, she reflects, smiling. What began as a way to ease her arthritis has now become a source of daily comfort and empowerment. These gentle practices have helped her reclaim her body without overexertion, improving not just her physical strength, but also her emotional balance. Linda recommends starting with just 5 to 10 minutes a day, emphasizing the importance of consistency. These practices are not only a way to nurture your body, but also to nurture your spirit, she says. For Linda, her daily ritual of self-care has given her a sense of strength and serenity that she didn't know was possible in her golden years. It's never too late to explore new ways of caring for both body and soul, she adds. The benefits of mindful practices are clear. They bring greater peace, vitality, and joy into one's life. Wellness isn't defined by age or the complexity of a workout. It's about finding what works for you and embracing it with openness and patience. 6. Daily activity, integration, Dorothy Miller's approach. Dorothy Miller, a vibrant 77-year-old from Colorado, had an eye-opening revelation one afternoon while dusting her family photos. I realized that every household task could be an opportunity for movement. Now, instead of seeing her home as just a place to live, it's her personal wellness center. This simple mindset shift transformed Dorothy's daily routine. Tasks that once felt like burdens became opportunities to stay active and maintain her independence. Incorporating movement into household tasks. Vacuuming is now a standing core workout that engages her entire body. Putting away dishes becomes a light stretching session, allowing Dorothy to elongate and strengthen different parts of her body. Folding laundry focuses on shoulder mobility, helping her maintain flexibility. Dorothy's favorite transformation is in her garden. My tomato plants are my gym buddy. She laughs. Gardening has turned into a full-body workout. Weeding involves squats, engaging her legs and core. Pruning plants strengthens her shoulders and arms. Watering the garden is a balance practice as she moves carefully back and forth across her plot. Beyond physical benefits, Dorothy finds great joy in growing her own food, which adds a sense of purpose and satisfaction to her movements. Making errands count. Dorothy even incorporates exercise into her grocery trips. She parks farther from the store entrance to increase her walking distance. She also uses her grocery bags as lightweights, adding resistance to her movements. Before checking out, Dorothy takes a lap around the store, boosting her step count while completing her shopping. Social activities with movement. Dorothy also enjoys social activities that blend movement and companionship. She's part of a weekly coffee club at her community center. Instead of just sitting and chatting, the group enjoys gentle walks together. They've even introduced standing card games and short stretching breaks every 30 minutes, keeping everyone engaged and energized. Tracking progress. Dorothy tracks her progress with a simple calendar. Rather than obsessing over steps or calories, she focuses on the consistency of integrating movement into her life. Each day she completes 3 or more activity-integrated tasks. She marks it with a star. Seeing those stars add up keeps me motivated, she says proudly. Last month was my most active month yet, and it felt amazing. For Dorothy, staying active is about weaving movement into the daily activities she enjoys, making fitness feel natural rather than forced. Whether it's stretching while brewing coffee or walking while catching up with neighbors, every movement counts. As Dorothy often says, the best exercise is the one that doesn't feel like exercise at all. By turning everyday tasks into opportunities for movement, she's not only maintaining her health, but enriching her entire lifestyle with purpose, joy, and vitality. 7. Nutrition and hydration. James Wilson's discovery. James Wilson, an 82-year-old retired high school teacher from Arizona, made a surprising discovery. His persistent fatigue wasn't just a sign of aging, it was largely due to his eating and drinking habits. For years, I just blamed my age for feeling tired all the time, James admits, but during a routine checkup, his doctor asked him a simple yet profound question. What did you eat today? That question sparked an important realization for James. As we age, our nutritional needs change. Our bodies require fewer calories, but more essential nutrients, particularly protein, to maintain muscle mass and overall strength. The 3 Ps principle. James discovered that smart, easy-to-follow eating habits, rather than fad diets or expensive health foods, could make a world of difference. He now follows what he calls the Ma3Ps principle: protein, produce, and plant portions. This approach allows him to enjoy a variety of nutritious meals without stressing over complicated food plans. Breakfast. A good source of protein like eggs or Greek yogurt, which keeps him strong and energized. Lunch. Colourful, nutrient-packed vegetables paired with lean meats, providing essential vitamins and minerals while keeping his energy levels stable. Dinner. A smaller, lighter meal that's still satisfying. James has perfected the art of making healthy eating simple and accessible without overcomplicating things. By focusing on these simple principles, James has significantly improved his energy levels and overall health, proving that nutrition doesn't have to be complicated to make a big impact. James's approach to easy nutrition and hydration. James Wilson, an 82-year-old from Arizona, made simple yet powerful changes to his daily habits that transformed his energy and health. Here's a breakdown of his approach. Frozen vegetables and pre-cooked chicken. James keeps frozen vegetables and pre-cooked chicken strips in his freezer, making healthy meal prep quick and easy, just like grabbing a TV dinner, but far healthier. Hydration strategy. A significant change James made was improving his hydration. As we age, thirst signals weaken, leading to dehydration, which can impact energy and health. To solve this, James uses a water bottle with time markers to ensure consistent hydration throughout the day. It's a simple change but made a huge difference, he says, adding that he now feels more energized and no longer suffers from the midday slump. Smart shopping habits. James sticks to the outer aisles of the grocery store where fresh items like fruits, vegetables, and proteins are located. He also makes shopping a social outing, going with a friend on senior discount days. Easy meal planning. His shopping list consists of simple staples like canned tuna, rotisserie chicken, pre-cut frozen vegetables, and hearty fruits like apples and oranges. These require little prep but are nutritious and last longer. Supplements and professional guidance. James worked with his doctor to determine his specific nutritional needs and began supplementing with vitamin D and B12. He emphasizes consulting a healthcare professional before adding supplements. He also took full advantage of Medicare's coverage for nutritional counseling. Enjoying the process. One of the best parts for James is that he spends less time worrying about food and more time enjoying life. His grandkids love helping him prepare meals, making the process even more enjoyable. Rose's social engagement and reconnection. Rose Martinez, a 76-year-old from Minneapolis, faced loneliness after her husband passed away. Here's how she rebuilt her social life and found new meaning. Joining a coffee group. Rose joined a local senior center's morning coffee group. At first, she was shy and only listened, but eventually she began sharing her stories, laughing, and feeling part of the community again. Learning and growth. The Senior Center provided free classes, including smartphone tutorials and gentle exercise groups, offering Rose opportunities for learning and personal growth. Embracing technology. Rose's granddaughter taught her to use video calling, which allowed her to set up virtual tea times with friends across the country. "It feels like we're in the same kitchen," she says as they cook together virtually. Community involvement. Rose also volunteered at the library's reading program, joined her church's quilting group, and became active in a walking club. These activities gave her purpose and energy, with each one motivating her to get out of bed and engage with the world. Family connections. Rose created a family group chat to share daily updates and photos. Her children take turns visiting her for Sunday dinners, making it a cherished tradition that brings everyone closer. Fighting loneliness with connection. Rose reflects on loneliness, saying, "It's like being in a cold, dark room, but every time you make a new connection, it's like turning up the heat a little bit." Over time, she has built a warm, vibrant space filled with life, love, and laughter. 8. Social engagement. Meet Rose Martinez, a 76-year-old grandmother from Minneapolis whose biggest challenge wasn't physical ailments, but dealing with the overwhelming weight of loneliness after her husband passed away. She shares the feeling of loneliness and the need for connection. After her husband's passing, Rose felt her home became too quiet. She realized that staying connected wasn't just about having company. It was about keeping her spirit nourished and engaged. "I realized that staying connected isn't just about having people around, but about keeping my soul alive," she reflects. The benefits of social connection. Studies by the National Institute on Aging show that seniors who maintain social connections have a 50% lower risk of cognitive decline compared to those who remain isolated. This highlights the importance of maintaining social bonds for mental health. The first step to reconnecting, Rose decided to join her local senior center's morning coffee group. At first, she only listened, too shy to speak up, but slowly she began sharing her stories, and soon enough, she was laughing with the group and looking forward to those weekly meetings. The senior center became more than a place to meet new people. It offered opportunities for learning and personal growth. Embracing technology. Rose learned to use video calls thanks to her granddaughter's patient help. Soon, Rose was setting up virtual tea times with friends across the country. "It's amazing," she says with a smile. "We share the same struggles and triumphs, even if we're miles apart. Sometimes we even cook the same recipe together while on video chat." Community involvement. Rose found strength in being active in her community. She volunteered for the local library's reading program, joined her church's quilting group, and became a regular member of a walking club at the mall. "Every activity gives me a reason to get dressed, get out of bed, and show up," she says. Building family connections. Rose also created a family group chat to share updates and little snippets of her daily life. Her children, who live in different cities, take turns visiting her for Sunday dinners, which has become a cherished weekly tradition. Turning loneliness into warmth. Rose compares loneliness to being in a cold, dark room. But every time you make a new connection, it's like turning up the heat a little. Slowly but surely, you find yourself in a warm, welcoming space, surrounded by life, love, and laughter.